Everyone can plan one step ahead, but it does not mean that everything happens the way you've predicted. I expected to find my father, to learn all his secrets, but I was too late. With my own hands, I killed all of my friends. I did not even get to see them. Only the annoying, duplicitous voice never left me, always irritating the unhealed wounds of my soul. And finally, I found a way to destroy it, but even that was not the end. Tungate is the reason for everything that has happened to me. It showed me its world and started to trust me, but I betrayed it. It was yet another of my mistakes. Surviving all this miraculously didn't make me lose my mind, but now, I feel like I'm going insane after all.
Monkey! Monkey! Monkey, are you there? You finally woke up. You're probably a little surprised that I'm back in your head. I'll say you frankly, if I do something other than what you want, it isn't because I want to kill you. Yes, I keep saying that you're too stupid to live because you're a brainless Amabel. But think for yourself. If I wanted to kill you, I would do it as easy as I did with your blithering friend Swanson. Swanson. Don't you forget that I'm in control of your senses? And now listen carefully, I'm sick of sitting in your lodgy hat, so I still prefer to go forward, not sit still. Go ahead, monkey.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're alive. I didn't hear a word from you for a whole day, or so. I'm so glad you're alright. Sorry, but I have to move constantly. That's why we haven't met yet. By the way, it turns out that I'm not infected. I left a note for you back then. It was so silly of me. I'm sorry. And yes, a notification from the main core of the shelter yesterday came on my computer. Well, on the computer which is near me. It appears that someone summoned some kind of expedition, and they're searching for survivors right now. They're sending a signal to all computers in the station, to people like me and you. Don't lose hope, and immediately move to them. So, I hope very much that we'll finally meet, and then I'm going to kiss you. Good luck. I'm sure it helped you before.
Actually, your eyes are not deceiving you. Either you believe me or not. Yes, I've played a little with you, but only at the very end. If I did this at the beginning, we both wouldn't be here now, would we? So take my word for it. It is a great pleasure to see how you're suffering and writhing in pain. But I don't want to disappear just because of your stupid monkey can't understand simple jokes. So based on the fact that you're infected and I'm the most reasonable person here, I can surely say this corridor's changed a bit. Let's play. You find the way without my help, and I'll give you a shiny penny. could take his place right now. You look nicely together.
Despite all the hardship, does not break the thread of friendship. Just do not worry and do not drown in your own poop. You've helped me twice, and I will not deny you my help, my friend. You can think of me as your guardian angel, saving you from the clutches of demons and reapers of justice. Your gases are circulating like the juice inside trunk of consciousness, and the shadows are taking roots in its foundations. But I'm sorry, I cannot talk very long. I've only got 3 minutes to get out of here. Goodbye, pal.
Hey, can anyone hear me? We've come to save you. We found that someone survived on the station. We'll try to fight for your lives. My name is Julia Kwan. I'm an operator, and I'll report you of our movements whenever I can. Stay in touch.
Oh, I can see your words gently tickling your ears. But wait, don't you think that you've gotten yourself in a very stupid situation? You've got a virus inside you which can make everything out of you. And you decided to go to your fellow apes. Do you want them to scare them away? And don't you afraid to be tied and thrown on the operating table and I'm starting to mess around with your brains till they understand that they were wasting their precious time on you? They'll do it. And I take care of it if you suddenly forget that the Uncle Clarence prefers to live away from the menageries with foolish, undisciplined macaques. frankly, I'm not surprised with such turn of events. Something like this always happens to you. Move your legs and think about what we've got to do. We both don't want to freeze here now, do we?
Alfred Richardson. This is the 5th entry. I'm recording directly from a lab where a formula of special acid was created. It may be able to corrode the shine of the artifact. I decided that it would be only fair if I was the first one to discover the secret of the artifact. My curiosity has no limits. I have prepared everything necessary. Let's start. So, careful. I can see something already. So...
And here is our old friend. Have you ever wondered why they all want to kill you? Doubt that you could even spy one of them. They used to be our friends not too long ago.
My name is, Alfred Richardson. This is the fourth entry in a series of experiments that I'm performing on the artifact. Today is an unusual day. People from the lab, which is located next to the second living area of the station, have officially become interested in opening the artifact. It seems that it really is something important for the cast, but all other information is classified and available only to a narrow circle of people. I think that there's no point in trying to open the artifact myself. It's better to watch the progress in the laboratory.
Try to touch the exhibits in any museums in London, but here, lack of security doesn't give you the right to touch every single thing, you know. There are cameras installed everywhere. Look what you've done! I've never liked electricity, although I never had to deal with it. Why aren't there any magic buttons nearby in such moments? You could have just pressed one and get everything to work. Although, wait. There it is! Push the button! Hey, does nothing happen. If only you could see your face.
Attention to station personnel. Power supply of the living compartment and adjacent residential buildings has been restored. If you notice any faults, please inform a member of the personnel with status code A or a technician. Thank you for your attention.
Blah, blah, blah. You think we haven't noticed that everything has started to work? Oh, he looks harmless. Maybe he's dead.
Well, it only confirms that simple physical impact won't open it. Enough for today. I'm tired. I should think about more effective ways of opening it before bedtime.
Glad to see you again. This is great luck that you managed to get here. I have 2 pieces of news. I think I'll start with a good one. I managed to contact a rescue group and told them about us. And now the bad one. You're not in the best place. There is an abandoned part of the shelter station close to you, and unfortunately, given the circumstances and destruction, you can only pass through there. I don't know what's waiting for you there, but even before the infection, there were many unpleasant rumors about this place, so you will have to check their validity with your own ass. I'm sorry. Anyway, there should be a comm radio in this room. Take it and wait for a signal from the rescue group. They will help you out. Be careful.
Philip, listen to me. There has to be another way. You heard yourself what they said about that place. Are you just going to forget about your old pal, Clarence? Did I not deserve you to listen to me?
Hello? Do you copy? You must be Philip. I'm Julia Kwan, the rescue group signalman. Amabel told me about you. As you probably already know, you can only get out through an abandoned part of the station. I'll open the door for you. So, we have almost all the maps of this station, but the layout of the place where you are now will be of little use. It shows only a couple of major corridors. Judging from the description of the area, this place is larger than we expected, and has many hallways. Maze. Unfortunately, there are no cameras, so you'll have to rely solely on yourself. Take care. I'll contact you later.
It's getting worse and worse. I hate this goddamn place already. Let's not go there. Sure, I try to look like the embodiment of courage, but sometimes even I get scared.
on the camera. You managed to get out. Everything will be much calmer down there. There are plans for the rooms hung on the walls. With them, you can easily find your way through. Now, you need to move in the direction of the north wing. There's another door next to it. It leads to the compartments in which the prisoners were kept.
I'm running a series of experiments related to the artifact. The first record was just a little preface. Here we will deal directly with the experimental data. I'll start with the visual part. Oh yeah, I've already talked about it. What was I saying? My memory appears to have problems in the last days, and often I find myself thinking that it all started around the time that I became interested in the artifact. Frankly, my interest is not only scientific. It seems that the more time I spend with the artifact, the more my memory suffers. I need to remember that. Proceeding to a more detailed study of the subject. When I touch it, I feel the warmth, and I can't describe this feeling. It feels like flying. At first it scared me, but each time I like it more and more. I understand that these sensations are all fake, but they're interesting. No, I have other things to do besides studying the artifact. I just spent my free time studying it, although I don't remember what was happening in the morning.
A bad worker is an inefficient worker. The cast cares about your mental and physical condition. So if you're feeling unfit, please remember about your cyanide capsules.
I don't have much time, but I think the best way of lifting the mood is a nice chat with a friend. We're friends, aren't we? I would love to pour a cup of tea for you and offer you to sit down in a comfortable chair, but unfortunately, I'm very far from you. I suggested you to stay, but you still had things to do. I may not be perfect like a hanging picture, but my words are wise and backed up by time. Understand the nature of what is happening, Philip, and then you will find the right way. But it's a shame that you and I have different paths.
loft carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C, imprisoned. We were so close. And yet, following the release of the Turngate virus 9 months ago, my personal security has at last been compromised. Yesterday, an unfamiliar survivor arrived in the next door cell. It seems unlikely I will see him again.
There is no movement on the straight line. The movement is always cyclical. But where are you going now? Are you going there now? Whence you came from and then back again here and there? And during this fascinating journey, you listen to your girlfriend's annoying messages. Philip, we're close. We've almost met. Only you won't meet them. At best, they'll die, and at worst, me and you. Your attempts to get out are like trying to get a coin from the bottom of a swamp.
Amabel, this is Julia Kwan, a member of the rescue group. I think now, when the whole group is dead, there's no reason to hide who we really are. Someone actually sent a message about the critical situation at the station, though his identity is unknown to us. We were hired by the Archaic cast, who had organized the whole project and built the station. We knew the exact number of survivors. It was you, Amabel, the person who sent the letter, and 2 other people whose identities were unknown. Also, after you mentioned Philip, he, like you, became the target of our search. The cast said that you have the most accurate information about what had happened, and after questioning, you would be released, that they would compensate the moral damage. But when I began to participate in the operation, I realized that nothing good awaits you from them. Everything that happened in the station should be kept secret. These are the words of one of the members of the cast. We settled in the main core of the station. Our plan was to detect signs of life on the station, watch the surveillance monitors, and eventually provide the information to the Archaic. However, our plans quickly failed. We were studying the plans of the station when we suddenly heard a strange humming noise. For some time it was moving below us, but then suddenly, a gigantic
worm burst into the room through the wall. I managed to escape and hide in the mess hall, but the rest of us were less fortunate. They tried to shoot at it, but it was useless. It just devoured them all. In general, our entire group is now dead, except for me. I'm afraid that now...
Oh no! Failure once again! What a pity! Our monkey Philip is like a magnet dragging into the grave every person he rests his hopes on. Strange that she didn't have any keys, which would certainly have helped you in the future. And there isn't even a cheese sandwich here.
Attention to the personnel. We would like to remind you that every Friday night is dedicated to the roundtable meeting. The meeting of employees with status code B will be held in the main center of the station at 6:30 p.m.
Let's go there. Perhaps there's gonna be a cool party there with cocktails and sandwiches. Aren't you hungry?
Patient, Dr. Eminis. Medical examiner, Dr. Eminis. Patient, that's me, reports disorientation and rash. I am infected, paranoia, oral distortion. Did I say that already? Patient had the most exhilarating out-of-body experience. I escaped reality. I feel good. Confided findings in Dr. Swanson. There is a 79.55% probability it will lead to her death.
There's something about those things that just makes me want to curl up, despite never having seen a bed or had a body to curl.
Finally. Looks like from now on we can only count on ourselves. Shayla, the last member of the expedition, is dead now. She wasn't just a rescuer, but an employee of the archaic caste. When we meet, I'll tell you everything I've learned. However strange it may sound, maybe it's better that it happened after all. I hope that at least you're all right for now. Actually, I'm not as far away as you think. Now, you need to get to the surface. Just go straight ahead. You'll recognize the exit by a noticeable rise up. Then head to the elevator. When you're up, you'll see the bridges that lead right to me. I'm inside the meteorological center. The door to it will be in front of you after you get out. On the right will be the main core of the shelter station, and on the left, the hangars. But it doesn't really matter. I'll meet you there. See you.
I think you've already thought to yourself the same thing that I have. What will be the outcome? Will you meet each other? Even if you meet, will she be alive? The end is close and the excitement increases. It amuses me, but I would not recommend you to relax yet. Now he won't stop following us. Even worse, he brought his friends along. you freeze to death soon. You've got a box of matches and a bit of a brain. Think of something.
I see you're having some difficulties with saving me yet another time. You probably already understand how this bridge system works. I don't know what happened to the thing that moves the bridge, but I'm sure you'll think of something. Look in the hangars. There surely must be something useful in there.
now, I need to introduce myself. My name is Alfred Richardson. I am a member of the archaic cast. My biography is of no importance. I'm interested in the artifact that was found during our expedition at the beginning of the excavations, close to the shelter station. There are rumors that the British military were the first to find this strange object, but this information is not reliable. So, let's begin. Objective: understand what the sources of light, sense of euphoria, and short-term memory loss are. Description: it emits a dim orange light. After touching it, my body feels lighter. Well, what did I forget? Oh right, ever since the discovery, I drew attention to them. The cast reacted to them cautiously, but that did not stop me. These things are something special. I'm sure that this thing is something more than just some ancient light source or a simple trinket.
Warning, due to certain circumstances, the meeting is cancelled. All employees are requested to leave the room and go back to the...
I understand your fears, Soul Pal. It's always weird getting advice from someone who had long lost the ability to speak and turned into ashes. But now, it's no time for hesitation. I'm grateful to you. However, I must tell you that...
It's a quite predictable turn of events. It seems that my prophecies are coming true. Are you hurt?
To find a couple of reds here, and of course, to help you. Reality is the truth, and the truth, as I have said, is questionable, and doubtful things never led to anything good. If I were you, I would have remembered our good old conversations when you were tearing through the abyss of obstacles to save your friend, and the Reapers were trying to snatch a nice bit off of you. I think it will put you on the right way. I do not think you were more nuts than your comrade.
Do you love pets? Well, isn't that just great? Are you seriously going to base your actions on the record of God knows who? Neither I nor you know what awaits us there. I would advise you to collect the remains of your monkey brain in your skull and understand that you shouldn't do anything stupid. Despite all the hardships, I was glad to stay in your body. It was very funny to bully you and browse through 100 of your thoughts. There were even a couple of smart ideas among them. Each of us has their own role. My role has come to an end, and it's time for me to leave. You'll understand everything soon enough. Goodbye, monkey.
to come to me. I trusted you, but you betrayed me. You turned out to be like one of those who came before you. Just like them, you are full of hate. Why do you hate me? The mankind has changed and is still changing with every second. And you, human, are changing as well, whether you're with them or alone. I was ready for a strike, but it was difficult to expect such a thing from you. This sense of betrayal is akin to losing a best friend. It is familiar to you, human. Only I did not ask to silence me, but asked to be left in rest. Curiosity does not lead to anything good, as well as the search for truth. This does not prevent you from taking risky actions. I gave people knowledge, but the answer was nothing but hatred. Each of you think they are clever, but even when you're together, you are strong but foolish. You're led by something you know nothing about, and you, human, were being led by someone you knew. You thought you knew, but it is not true. I can see your mind, human, but I can't find a goal that motivates you. And with that, my pain is multiplied 1,000 times. I am neither a killer nor a judge. Our worlds should not intersect. We speak different languages and will never understand each other. I've made my choice, and it's your turn, human. Everyone chooses what they hold there for themselves.